Are you ready? What are we doing? We got some boys that, you know, decided to respond. Don't respond to the king. I got Big Nick in here. Everyone tell him to check my IG DM. Big Nick DM. I didn't even know Big Nick had a Twitch. What's up, man? Watched your video yesterday. It was actually really well edited. LOL. Posting reaction today. Would love to chat with you or get you on the podcast. No hard feelings. Cool. Good to know. I'm gonna react to this and I'll get in contact with you, Nick. I'm down to talk. They're like, he'd probably be cool with us because we'd be cool with him. No, I'm not going to be cool with you guys. You're not good people. And I kind of forgot all the stuff I said in this video when I said I'd talk to Nick. I'm not going to talk to Nick. Nick on Nick crime. I have like a Death Note thing. It's got all the Nicks on it. Nick Foster, Big Nick, Nick comma Big. That is a thumbnail right there. He roasted us. But why'd you guys pick this picture of me? Why this picture? I look awful. It looks like they think it's funny though. He roasted us in very tiny lettering. You know, not everyone's good at making thumbnails. It's fine. Oh, the dislikes are coming in. Here we go.
A whole bunch of stuff. Opening doors. Hey, we have a name? Yeah, look it up. We need to
Hi, happy Monday. Did anyone grow up around Christian youth groups? I think the only thing scarier than the right-wing QAnon Christians that we come across today are the Christian high school boys that meet every single Wednesday for youth group. Earlier this week, I got
oh, they edited it. So that means they have a lot to say.
Feeling you speak to me and hearing you telling me that I need to, you know, get closer to her so I can bring her closer to you. Even though Jeremiah told me he really likes her, I put my full trust in you.
Why do they actually think I'm funny?
I just want to say, I think he thought by making that little clip right there that I was like making fun of us, but like that's a funny clip.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's a funny clip.
That's true.
So they like me so far.
Like, guys do that. People pray like, oh, like I met a girl and I'm like, oh,
This is pretty well edited,
dude,
too.
this is well edited. Great, hey, great.
Shout out to Joe, my editor. I'll put his Instagram in the link below for the second channel video. It's Southern Fried Wonton. You guys should go tell him that you liked the newest video. Oh, I didn't realize Big Nick went to my high school. I thought he just went to middle school with my friends. I guess Big Nick went to my high school with me for like a year and then I think he moved.
Age them up to fully grown adults while also giving them every single characteristic that made them a child in the first place? Are you confused right now? I am too. Let me explain. Remember Big Nick? His name is sort of funny because he's
Wait, pause it. He said his name is sort of funny because he's big, but he's not. Bro, that's the whole point of the name.
That's literally what I said. That's the joke that I was saying, was that the whole joke of the name is that he's big, but he's actually small. That was my joke. You can't just steal my joke and tell it to them.
My man thought he did something by saying...
No, that was my joke. You stole my joke. The whole point was that I was saying his name's funny because he's big, but he's Big Nick, but he's actually small. And I was saying that was a dumb joke of a name, right? You stole his joke, then he stole your joke, then you stole his joke.
That, bro. That's why you created it. That's why I made the name.
That's what I said!
He's probably what you expect if aliens came down to Earth and just possessed a bunch of humans to convince people to join their religion. That's Big Nick. I'll show you some of his TikToks so you know what I'm talking about.
Wait. We can't pause every 5 seconds. We're gonna watch this.
Actually, I like this video. I saw this video.
Jesus already did that for us. We all deserve death and punishment. Amen, baby!
He goes, Jesus already did this for us. We all deserve death and punishment because of the way that he saved our lives for Jesus Christ. Also, does no one talk about the fact that he like tries to have dreads? I don't know. Isn't that weird?
When Big Nick decides to make a podcast with some of his Christian content creator friends. I came across this podcast when it was sent to me by Megan Dunn on Instagram, and I knew I had to invest.
Megan!
Yo, they're gonna try to dox one of my fans, guys. We need to protect her. I shouldn't have put her last name in the video. I don't want to just be like, oh, it's just like Dave, because then he's gonna be like, well, no one knows it's me now. So I put her last name in the video, and now she's gonna get like killed. They're gonna send out a hitman to kill her.
So this podcast is a podcast hosted by 5 overly confident Christian men who have a lot to say about masculinity.
Overly confident?
Overconfident. No, Titus is the only overconfident.
Whoa!
Hold on, can I point something out real quick?
Confidence should be...
Here we go, they're talking over each other again.
Alright, can I point something out real quick? So my man said that we're queuing on conspiracy theories.
No, that's not what I said.
About me having aliens possessing me. To start a religion.
The irony, dude.
Bro. Hey, bro, you want to join the QAnon group?
I remember the play now.
That was the joke, bro. The joke. It was a joke that the aliens came down. Also, I didn't say they were QAnon people. I said they're worse than QAnon people.
Oh, no, we're not.
Bro,
If they really want
why are they editing the video together, but they're not editing these parts out?
to unsubscribe to this guy.
Unsubscribe.
And
Can I do
feminism.
this?
Something that I feel like is missing from a lot of the conversations that we hear online, am I right? Okay, let's talk about our hosts. First, you've got Titus, who sells t-shirts that promote election fraud conspiracies. You've got Isaac, whose whole personality is being a token black conservative man that racist white Republicans can point to when they call them racist.
Yo.
Hey,
I did my deep dive, baby.
Hey, shout out to Turning Point.
let's go.
They just say shout out to Turning Point.
That's not the. That's the wrong sound in the background.
But actually, so
Switch-
Obviously, it's the wrong sound in the background. I'm not going to get my monetization taken away. Obviously, I'll be able to replace it.
this is not token.
Wait, I'm not talking.
it's
Just
just
him.
me.
Just-
Well, because Titus doesn't make Republican TikToks. That's why he's the token one.
No, just him, though.
and I'm a host? I thought it was Big Nick's podcast. I'm confused.
No, it is. That's in the, it's in the title.
Oh, okay, got it.
Maybe you're just a host because you speak so much.
Oh, okay, anyways.
Yo!
It's rude that he called it. Way off your
He got you
He
down
called me a host
bad.
and didn't show any of my content. He just showed my
Bro, his content sucks. That's why I didn't show it. It's boring.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that part. Too busy responding. I'm responding to too many. No, I'm not responding to too many, but.
Yeah, why doesn't Big Nick get up to stop the video? Is he too short to reach wherever the computer is? Or is that why John Michael has to get up and do it? Sorry. That's body shaming.
You've got John Michael, who is our heartthrob musician who makes weird Minecraft music TikToks.
No way! He's trying to figure out how to do it.
Sounds great.
Dude, how are they? Come on. Don't tell me they wouldn't make fun of this dude if he wasn't one of their Christian people.
You've got Gabe, who's our 20-year-old TikTok.
I know, right after I realized he saw this, I was like, yeah, he's going to copyright strike me. But also I reacted to it, so.
And then you've got Big Nick, who you'd expect to be the main host of this podcast, but he ends up saying almost nothing, and when he does, he gets cut off by one of the other guys.
He's
almost
right.
immediately.
Watch the most recent one. He talked a lot in that
He's
one.
right. Y'all be interrupting me every time. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. He's low-key spitting right now.
Shut up.
This man has said nothing but facts. Just pull it.
Yeah, dude, this is all true. All true.
Did I mention that there's way too many guys hosting this podcast? Almost every single one of them doesn't know how to wait their turn until they speak, so it just results in Titus, Gabe, and John Michael kind of just talking to each other.
This
the
is
whole
so
time, and then Big Nick and
awkward.
Isaac.
This is so awkward that they're just sitting there listening to it.
Yo, it's too many people telling us that y'all are interrupting us.
That'd be
to
like
the
the-
point where it's actually getting
Yo.
Like, I'm like, bro, I'm realizing it now. Like,
If y'all two made a podcast, it'd be like the most silent thing the whole
Yeah,
time.
facts.
Just like staring.
no, because we would have a chance to speak
Y'all be so
finally.
scared.
They're already cutting each other off right now.
Because we're talking more.
No, that's not why, bro.
That's true.
Okay.
As you can make, you don't ever interrupt.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Because I want you guys to talk, but
Nick.
we figured out.
You're causing strife within our podcast.
Gabe actually doesn't just like blondes anymore. He also likes Latinas.
Oh, no.
Yo, I trained him, bro. I trained him.
Hey,
he has trained
me well. Train your boy in the way they should go, right?
I'm proud of you.
Then John Michael forgets how acronyms work by saying PSA
I know.
announcement. He
I know.
also decides to tell people that Gabe likes Latinas, which
Also, I already know where this is going. Every time I criticize them on a joke being real, they're just going to say, no, it was a joke. You just didn't get the joke. Like, I'm preparing for that, which is the Nick Foster strategy of just saying, you didn't get the joke, but I don't tell jokes. It's a Christian podcast, but I don't tell jokes, but it's just a joke.
which turns into a big laugh where Titus also forgets how acronyms work. And then Gabe ends up clarifying that he doesn't actually like Latinas, he just likes white women, I guess.
Also,
No,
a PSA
blonde hair.
announcement
Blonde. No,
that
it's
was like,
blonde.
he still loves.
Tell me in the chat. If he says I like blondes, do you think he means I like anyone with blonde hair, or are we just talking about white Barbie woman? Blondes means a white female woman with blonde hair, especially when it comes from Gabe.
Titus explains how this nonsense feminist movement is trying to make women always right, and how men can't explain anything to people anymore because it's always condescending, which is something Titus probably believes, because when he talks, people probably say that he sounds condescending.
The Google definition, it technically says it's in a derogatory way or whatever. If a woman felt like it was offensive, it's offensive. Then it's offensive. It doesn't matter if you were intending it.
Sydney said in chat, isn't mansplain a sitting position? That's man spreading. That's not... Sorry, Sydney. I had to call you out for that.
But apparently it's just up to interpretation, and that if a woman thinks what I said is derogatory and offensive, then it's just offensive now? That's not fair. I should be able to decide when things I say are offensive or not. The person who hears it shouldn't be able to tell me that they're offensive.
You're not a woman.
The brain cells on this kid, man. It's insane. He's like, if I pretend to be a woman in the scenario and go, that's not fair, I should be able to say. Then Nick immediately is like, wait. Is he literally trying to say that he's a woman? Wait, no. Nick, no woman. Nick, no woman. Also, I was acting in Isaac's shoes, not in a woman's shoes. I was saying, that's not fair. I should get to act. I should get to decide when what I say is offensive. I wasn't pretending to be a woman.
The person who hears it shouldn't be able to tell me that they're offensive.
You're not a woman.
This man forgot to speak English for a second. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I paused for a second and I forgot how to speak English. Have you seen this guy's podcast? they pause every 2 seconds because they have to talk over each other.
My man's acting saying I should decide when it's offensive or not. Bro, we're not talking about men. We're talking about women. Unless you're a femboy. All right, we'll keep going. All right.
Offended? That doesn't...
No one laughed at that joke.
Unless you're a femboy. All right, we'll keep going. All right.
Gabe goes on to pretend like he made some profound point about the definition of sexism by saying that attaching someone's gender to their actions is sexist in itself.
It is.
As if someone's identity doesn't play a role in how they treat others. Oh,
so now we need to examine everyone's identity and attach it to their actions?
Yep.
Yes, your identity plays a role in how you act to other people. If you are a woman or if you are a man and you treat someone of a specific gender that way, your gender and your identity and the way you grew up plays a role in how you are conversing with that person.
You think Uncle John is treating a minority like shit because he's a white racist scumbag? You can't attach his race to his actions. That's racist in itself. The guys act like...
Come on, what do they think? Are they going to say?
This opinion has validity, and then...
That's not what any of us say.
Yeah.
Bro, like, yo.
Thanks for twisting our words though.
Bro, this guy...
Is that not exactly what they said? They said attaching your gender to your action is sexist in itself, but it's different than attaching your race to your action. That's identity. That has to do with who you are, has to do with how you act towards people.
Yo, honestly, bro, like, if this guy were to play basketball, he'd be missing every time, bro. Bro,
he made some shots
so
at the beginning.
hard.
Hey, he had some good stuff, but now he's just kind of like twisting.
It was funny in the beginning, but like, dog, you're just missing now.
Dude, oh god, it's so hard to watch them like pretend to laugh at his jokes. Now he's pointing out how dumb we are. We don't like it. I know, they're like, it was funny at first when it was just on the outside, but now that he's actually like analyzing what we say, it's not funny.
But I'm gonna be real, this guy's probably a huge buzzkill at parties though.
This seems like a funny
No, he's probably actually the life of the party.
Yeah,
exactly.
They all shut him down immediately. It's so much. It's so hard to watch. Why is this so cringy, man? Why do people like this exist? I was going to go on the podcast, honestly. I was going to DM them back, but like, it's so hard to listen to them talk, and I know they just want clout from it, that I don't think I'm going to do it anymore.
He seems like he's probably mad hilarious. Yeah, but anyways.
Doesn't know how to say the word condescending.
Condescending?
Condescending.
Yeah, I knew he was gonna say
Condescending. Condescending.
Big Nick takes a complete left turn on that last
He did have a 4.5 GPA, I promise.
14-year-old middle schooler would ask.
This sucks. I hate this.
If I go to Subway and there's a female worker there,
It's a joke.
a sandwich, is that offensive now?
Straight white Christian males do what straight white Christian males will do and act like being straight
I'm not white.
Christian.
And Gabe is Hold on, what is that? Oh, the whitest person I've ever seen. So
is now offensive in our society.
It is.
He's a straight white male.
Fire. And sexism. That's sexism. Oh my bad. I'm a straight white male.
Yeah,
so
like
I can't say that.
like,
Sorry. Wait.
It's a joke though.
You literally just proved my point. You just said straight white males will be straight white males. What? Makes zero sense.
And you're
Gabe just paused that to like make this huge point, and no one acknowledged him. They all were just like look at him, look around.
Straight white males will be straight white males. What? Makes zero sense.
And then Nick makes an interesting comment about how if he's working all day, then his wife should be doing the dishes.
It was a joke, guys.
No, Nick, what have you done?
if I'm like working like a long day and like there's still dishes in the sink, like
Oh my god. No, it's a joke. That was a joke, bro.
It's just a joke.
And your friend follows it up by saying, "Oh, but he's not kidding though." Then you're probably not kidding. Gabe also praises John Michael for his captivating statement about
I was kidding. I just thought it'd be funny to say. Dang.
how women should look to their
Dude, what kind of joke is that? I'm not joking. Who says that after a joke? I'm so confused. Also, what's the joke? That you're slaving your wife over her dishes? After you say that the Bible tells you that a woman should look to a man like a man looks to Jesus, I feel like it's a weird joke to make, you know? Ah, the wife. She should worship me.
Titus is a very sarcastic person.
Yeah.
You haven't picked that up. So.
I say things too seriously, apparently.
Dude, when you say it's not a joke, though, after you already said, hey, your wife should look up to her husband the same way that your husband looks up to God. Nick, are you in the chat? Is Big Nick still in the chat? I feel like he's probably still in the chat. You need to like back up your points while I shoot you down because you haven't said anything. I know he's lurking. Oh, Austin says he's lurking. So he is watching. You can stay, Big Nick. I don't care. Look how they're sharing the keyboard on each of their legs. One half of the keyboard's on Isaac's leg. One half is on Titus's leg. I don't even know why I'm watching this. Like, it's not even like they're a big podcast and this helps me at all. I feel like I'm just I mean, no one here is going to watch this dumb podcast.
all connected. If you watch the whole thing, it makes sense. It's not like we're just doing.
Dude, I watched the whole entire pod. Oh, wait, okay. So he's saying, hold on. Isaac's saying all together, the podcast makes sense in context. There were plenty of people, I think about half of the people here watched the whole podcast all together. Please tell me in the chat if I took anything out of context. Genuinely tell me. I sincerely know that I didn't take it out of context because I watched it on stream with everybody all the way through, and I did not cut anything out of context.
I'm growing, and then in YouTube, I get 30 million views on a video. I'm on 110,000 subscribers. And now I want to be gay, but not, like I want, but you probably won't at this rate.
They even end it by making this offhanded.
They're gonna be like, "That's not what happened." Here we go.
Titus will probably pass up Gabe and followers, which
he did. Which he did.
Makes him cut in to say something.
Look, every time they talk about Gabe's followers, he doesn't even react. Look at him.
Probably pass up Gabe and followers, which
he did. Which he did.
Makes him cut in to say something about.
He didn't even respond.
Starts to get a little too excited about grinding, which seems a little off-brand for these clean-cut Christian boys.
What?
What? No, guys, it was a joke. I think that's what you don't understand is it was a joke because you're talking about grinding in work, and I was talking about grinding in sex, like grinding your penis on somebody.
They randomly start using the term loopy as if it's just this common term in, Christian slang, which it's not.
Loopiness, loopy.
John Michael starts talking about how him promoting a music video.
What do you say? How did he even know that? I watched the whole podcast. Dude, they're about to get their feelings hurt. So that's why I'm like, this is why it gets cringe because it's like they're directly reacting to me making fun of them. And then I'm like,
And this happened just the other day. And a guy's like, how do I give my life to Christ? This is so real. And I want to be a part of this.
Wow.
And I'm like,
and how
sweet. So I let them to Christ.
That?
And then Titus takes this podcast in a crazy direction where we will
What was the comment
probably be for
on
the
that?
rest of
He
the
didn't have a
episode.
comment.
He didn't have a comment. He's like, and then Jermichael talks about leading a guy to Christ because of his music video. Plays the clip. Nothing bad.
yeah, because it's absurd. That's why I didn't make a comment on it because you're telling me that you led someone to Christ through your own music video. You're telling me that you led someone to Christ because of a music video you made and you were promoting. The only way he led them to Christ through the music video is if they died while watching it.
At this point, he's just cutting stuff up and having a fun time.
It's funny.
But
Definitely
hold on, what did I do then? I'm a little nervous. He just said
All right, just get ready.
I took a big turn.
Here we go.
By the way, he's joking.
Which is talking about his opinion that no man should be in a platonic relationship with a woman who is not his wife, and vice versa.
I have a video on YouTube where I talk about how I don't believe in platonic friendships with the
Oh, I don't even want to watch this anymore. I'm like stressed because I don't like watching people be embarrassed in front of them. And
sex. What do you think about that, John Michael?
John Michael decides to weigh in by saying this.
I think you cannot be friends with a girl in the way that you can be friends with a guy, but you can still be friends. But it has to look different.
Just say you can't be friends with women. It's not that complicated. Once you start learning this much about the gender of someone, when you start talking to them, you need to find help.
Because the definition of platonic is an
No, bro. Like when you're talking about how we work as people, like as men view women differently than women view men, right?
I do not. Sorry. Unless I'm looking for a romantic relationship, when I'm looking for a friend, I have no difference of how I treat someone, whether or not they're a man or a woman. I have just as many friends that are women than men, and I share the same amount. You're just telling me what you think, which is like that you naturally get nervous around a girl.
We have this chemical in our body called testosterone that's like super intense, and whenever we see a woman and we get close to a woman,
we get horny. We get really horny.
and it's like naturally any man wants to start doing stuff, and so we have to guard our own heart.
What the fuck? I gotta go. Yo, chill, bro. Do not say that. That is not what testosterone is. You freak. Oh, man, that is not cool. Does he not know that women and men both have estrogen and testosterone, and it's not just like men have always just have this massive amount of testosterone that like makes them want to like fuck a woman the moment that they're near one?
Be honest, how many gallons of soy a day do you think he drinks?
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Here's the thing, though.
Nick, I'm just kidding, bro. I know you're not green.
No, but here's the thing, though.
Dude, look at Gabe. Is this not like so hard? Like, oh, it's so hard to watch, man. Like to watch these guys pretend and like suck up to Nick because they need him for their, for their platforms is like.
Yeah, I mean, once you get married, it's like you can't really have platonic friendships with other women.
Not really.
Why are you saying that? Why are you saying that once I get married to my wife, I cannot have a platonic friendship with a girl? I have a girlfriend right now, and I have platonic friendships with women. So do you think if I get married to my girlfriend, I have to cut off those friendships with those girls? Is that what they're saying? That I won't be friends with those girls for the rest of my life because I'm going to get married? What changes between me getting married and me, having a relationship with my girlfriend? Oh, man.
Yeah, so unless like it's with your friends who are also married.
Right.
Yeah, but you're also saying that because you're a QAnon right-wing.
True.
True.
That's a joke.
I didn't say they were QAnon right-wing conspiracy theorists. I said they were worse than QAnon conspiracy right-wing theorists.
Let's keep playing.
Intimate relationship, the only thing again different from actual relationship is there's no sex or no sexual thing. That's what platonic is. And so I'm not trying to have a platonic relationship with any woman because by the time I get married,
that's not what platonic means. There's much more nuance to what a romantic relationship is than no sexual things. Yep, I do the same things with my female friends and I do with my girlfriend. It's just no sexual things. Dumbass.
Those are friends you're talking about.
Right.
And if your wife has an issue with that, that's something you need to address your wife about.
So like we're not allowed to give advice, but like this guy is because he's how much older is he than?
Well, yeah, this guy.
Well, because I'm smarter than them. That's why I can give advice, because I'm much smarter than them.
Well, yeah, this guy. Be honest. This guy is.
That's rude.
That is.
Yeah, that
for one frame.
But let me be honest.
There you go.
This
Gotcha.
guy
Look
is also the face of the alpha male movement.
Like
This is where we get a red hot.
like we're not allowed to give advice, but like this guy is because he's how much older is he than?
Well, yeah, this guy.
Well, because I'm smarter than them. That's why I can give advice, because I'm much smarter than them.
Be honest. This guy is.
That's rude.
That is.
Yeah, that is
for one frame.
But let me be honest.
There you go.
This
Gotcha.
guy
Look at you
is also the the face of the alpha male movement.
Like,
This is where we get a red hot.
so like we're not allowed to give advice, but like this guy is.
And again, no, you guys shouldn't be giving advice. Yes, I can give advice because I'm smarter than you. I don't care, I'll say it. I'm mostly kidding, but a little bit not. Sally Sai, thank you for the tier 1 gifted sub. There's plenty of people smarter than me. Most people are smarter than me. You guys just don't happen to be in there. Yo, Eddie's in the chat. Love getting no hard feelings. Haha, that was hilarious messages because you know they're shaking in anger while typing. Shout out to Eddie Burback. You guys already know who Eddie is.
Platonic is deep, intimate friendships. All right, you can be friends with a girl, but those intimate, close friendships that you can have with guys, it's not the same with girls.
But what if I told you, Isaac? What if I told you that I have friends that are women that are closer to me than friends who are men? Would your brain blow up? Would you piss your pants? Would you shit your diaper? I'm not sure.
That's what we're talking
about.
And
I don't think it's safe. Obviously, this is not a popular opinion.
And I don't think it's safe because my testosterone forces me to grab any woman who is within a 6 feet radius of me and smooch her on the lips because I am a freak.
He has potential though, because I used to look
potential to what? Did he just, is he about to say he looked exactly like me?
Exactly like this when I was like 18 or 19. And so I feel like, honestly, bro, if he grew a beard and started getting braids, bro, I feel like his look would be super hard.
Yeah, if he started like culturally appropriating black people by getting dreads and pretending that he, you know, is a black person, then, you know, I think he could be very cool if he just gets some braids and grows a beard. No, I don't want to look like you, Big Nick. You look like a little weirdo. You look like an alien. Sorry. Also, why does John Michael wearing a button-down banana shirt with an Adidas beanie?
John Michael. Also, why does he have 2 names? I don't know.
My last name's Howell. It's John Michael Howell.
I don't know either. I don't know either.
Wait, that's a criticism? Yeah, it is. You shouldn't have 2 first names. It's weird. Don't have 2 first names.
Yeah, he doesn't. He actually hasn't had anything bad.
I'm like,
all right.
I have plenty of bad things to say about John Michael. I don't think I actually have gotten to it in the video yet. Nick, I don't know who these guys are, but let me at them. I'll go off. Eddie, if you want to jump on Discord with me and watch it with me, you can. I'm going through pain right now. I don't like this. Yo. Oh, the boy.
What's up?
Dude. It's a weird.
That's it. You got.
That's all I got for you.
Yeah, I was gonna stream in a sec, but I just got out of the shower and I was like, "What's going on?" And then I saw Big Nick try to give you tips on how you look, and I was like, "I gotta join. I gotta see what's up." He said it with a confidence like he didn't make Dobrik like probably $3 million in total, like just revenue of just saying like, "You look weird, Nick. Let me just go post that." And he's like, "Yo, I know how this guy feels. Let me give him a couple of pointers." Like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, like literally,
like, you didn't get paid by David Dobrik to have him make fun of you.
Yeah. You are basically the punching bag of his vlog, or were, until you got harassed off of it.
I felt bad for him the whole time, but it's like, you can't turn around and be like, "Yeah, no, I look just like this guy." And it's like, what do you mean by that? Like, glasses, a sweatshirt? Let's see some of this fucking video.
Yeah, you want me? I'll catch you up. And now we're about to get into the part where they say that a guy can't be friends with a girl.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, and the cringe ensues.
So then he makes this weird side comment about how not everyone's gonna know what he's talking about, and then just like continues on.
Oh yeah, he makes this comment about how like he's had sex, but like not everyone else has because they're Christian. But he like doesn't really say it. Oh my gosh, my mod just gifted a sub to Big Nick. Thank you for the gifted sub.
Comparison from emotional sex to actual physical sex, but then quickly realizes that not everyone there has had sex.
It's worse. It's all, well, I don't know if it's worse, but because not everyone here is. Anyways.
I just quickly go back into his whole "I can't be friends with a girl" stance by saying that if he's friends with a girl, then once he gets a girlfriend, she'll be uncomfortable with the fact that he's friends with other girls.
I've recently come to this conclusion that I don't believe platonic friendships with the opposite sex, but like I've always, to an extent, done that. I don't think platonic friendships are important for many reasons. If I'm getting in a relationship and I create this super deep relationship connection with some other girl, And then I start getting in a relationship. One, the girl I'm talking to, like, why are you so close to this person? That makes me feel uncomfortable.
If you have a mature relationship,
Dude,
with
you know what I
someone-
love? Can you pause for a sec? I love that he said, that's not what I said. And then you can watch his face as he's like, fuck, that's what I said. And I'm on camera. That's exactly what I said.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize.
I've recently come to this conclusion that I don't believe platonic friendships with the opposite sex. But like, I've always got to an
Don't want to pause it, but that's not what I said.
done that.
Rolls his eyes and then
Yeah.
watch his face as he says it.
So I'm getting in a relationship and I create this super deep relationship connection with some other girl. And then I start getting in a relationship. One, the girl I'm talking to, like, why are you so close to this person? That makes me feel uncomfortable.
If you have a mature
You can see his eyes. He's like, damn, that's what I said.
That's literally, I just said
You're
that.
gonna understand that they had friends that existed before they knew you, or even became friends during. Being friends with people that are a different gender is a normal thing.
Nick looks like he just said, damn, he's got a point. The way he looks over watching.
Being friends during. Being friends with people that are a different gender is a normal thing. And it shouldn't.
Well, you know, you stack up the facts. I guess Nick has a point there.
Right now they're watching it like right now this looks like they're trying to learn from me, and this is like a class.
Yeah, it's like Nick forgot that this is like a response video, and he's like, fuck, man, he's got a point.
How many marriages, like, there's affairs that happen, and so many times with past friendships that you've had maybe for years, or like,
Dude, that's your fault then. That's not.
Dude, I was thinking about this recently, that like you see these people talk about relationships on TikTok and they'll talk about like men or women in this like broad general term. And it's always just like, no, those are the people that you surround yourself with.
Yeah.
Where they're like, you see some dude be like, yeah, women, man, they if they have a friend, you know, if they have a guy friend, they're cheating. And it's like, yeah, maybe if you don't like, if you can't pick out people who are good and bad, that's been your experience.
Listen, also, guys, I want to keep making the disclaimer that people of faith, you're fine. Organized religion, I don't like it, but I know there's specific people who don't abide by the same beliefs. But the reason that 50 people are always like, in a Christian marriage, that where when you wait to have sex, there are less divorces, it's because it's taboo to get a divorce when you're, you know, a part of an organized religion, and that's why more affairs happen in a religious family.
Also, in some churches, you literally have to pay the church after your legal divorce to get it annulled.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah.
No, that's I can speak from knowing.
Oh, yeah.
not personally, but they're like, oh, you're divorced by the law? That'll be $400. So God knows as well.
Yeah.
he's all knowing, but he's not gonna know unless he can buy a PS5 with that money.
Someone goes, Eddie is divorced.
It wasn't me.
This whole thing about like using this blanket statement of like you having like friends who are women and how you're like there's all this sexual tension, like for normal people, not a thing at all.
You can tell the way they're talking about it. It's like, guys, I fully believe to my core that the 5 of you couldn't be friends with girls.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I understand that. I get where you're coming from, but you got to realize that this group, you're not everyone.
Yeah.
And you would make it weird.
Yeah, and as my friend Logan just said, cheating is not because you had friends, it's because you're a shitty person and you cheated.
Yeah. And also then it's like, if that is your philosophy, then you better like never speak to a woman that you're not dating ever again. Because it's either you're all into that, you know?
intimate platonic relationships with the opposite sex, you just avoided that.
And you also did say that we're not saying you don't hang around girls. Like if we're like, we all hang out with like your sister and her friends, we play volleyball. We have,
weird.
Like,
weird.
Also, is it not weirder to be like, no, I'm not friends with those girls. I'm just hanging around those girls.
We just don't like using the term friend.
Imagine that argument toward like one of their girlfriends. Like, babe, no, they're not my friends. I'm just hanging out with them. Like, that's worse, dude. That's way worse.
Yeah, like you
What
won't.
the fuck?
They're just these random women that I decided to hang out with.
The fact that he's just like, you know, your sister and your friend, it's like, okay, weird, just weird.
Yeah, it's such a weird thing to say out of nowhere. We were playing volleyball with your sister, remember? I'm watching it and I'm like, oh shit, you're right, man.
True friendship, like deep, like intimate, like where you know like so much about each other. One, I don't think you should have thousands of anyway. But like we personally don't necessarily agree that men and women should be that close and intimate if they're not.
So I saw a bit before I joined too, and they keep talking about these like deep, intimate, platonic. Are they fucking each other?
Yeah.
Because like they keep going like it would be cheating if I had this deep platonic friendship that I have with my men friends, and it's like. So it would be cheating with your friends then? I don't understand. Like if you can't have that friendship with a woman, then it would also be cheating with your friends, whatever this deep, intimate connection is. Do any other, like, do they have followings? Four of them?
They all have followings in the sense that they got big on TikTok and like can't transfer it over in views, where like these two have like 1 million on TikTok. He sells shirts promoting election fraud conspiracies.
Oh yeah, I just saw one of the titles, Trump roasting Joe Biden.
Yeah, this is what the shirt looks like. It's a real design. Say her name correctly. Mail-in ballot fraud. Sound from a TikTok video I made that went viral. How many do you think he sold of these? $42 for this ugly ass shirt?
You see them trying to react to what you're saying. And I'm actually surprised that they're not like angry.
Yeah,
and they're trying to be fun about it. But I think that they can't have a solid reaction to it because it seems like they're confused and also like a little bit interested that there's a guy with a different perspective like that. And they're like, where they can't exactly say like, no, that's not true. They're just like attempting to defend themselves because I think they're finally kind of realizing by seeing you say it like, oh, the guys in my circles would have said that this is right.
Yeah.
But there's a dude that's saying that's not true. He's friends with girls? What the hell? You know? And then they're like, oh, well, he probably doesn't have he has a girlfriend? And it's going well. Oh, and he doesn't have an extremely intimate and sexy relationship with his guy friends.
All right. Today, thanks for hopping on. I appreciate it. Have fun with Spider-Man.
Yeah, absolutely. Have fun, everyone.
Bye, Eddie.
Bye.
Oh, man, I'm having a laugh. He revitalized the cringe, guys. I'll say it. Okay, let's go back. I have something to say, and I might post this on Twitter, but this is just a rumor. So these are just rumors. I'm not gonna say these people's names, but these are just rumors. Someone DM'd me. There's two things. And one person said, hey, man, your new video really caught my eye. The one about Big Nick's podcast. Because I used to do these big Texas faith conventions with my cousins. And my older cousin actually knows Isaac, Gabe, and John Michael. I also met John Michael while he was there because he was a part of a circle of friends, and my cousin was friends with some of those people. So to make this long story short, my cousin knows what she said what her cousin's name was, knows what your friend Isaac was talking about, and it wasn't that he dated his friend's close friend, it was her sister. He dated his close friend's sister. I hope to God it's real. I mean, they seem very truthful, and they're a follower of mine, so they have no reason to like lie. I have more tea. Okay. Someone else said, I actually knew Gabe Peroy in real life in middle school, and I'm honestly so glad that you made that video. He's always rubbed me the wrong way, and I never knew why, but seeing the stuff he does now just makes me feel sick, honestly. I'm a Christian, and I know the way he is going about preaching is not at all the way we're supposed to. He's just been so misogynistic and looked down on anyone that didn't agree with every single thing he said. I'm glad that people are seeing the real him and what his so-called Christian friend group is really doing, which is using the Bible way out of context to support their own beliefs, which again is not at all what you're supposed to do. Anyways, all this to say, I don't know if you'll see this or not, but just wanted to say thanks for calling them out and all of them for what they're really doing. You're such a talented creator. Love watching your videos. Also, if you see this, please keep my identity a secret.
Now let's hear Isaac's story about how he went through this exact
Here we
thing.
go. I remember specifically I had a situation in my life where I was really good friends with this girl, and maybe she was really good friends with me than I was with her, but we were pretty close. And like we were friends for almost a year and a half, and then later on I started dating her friend,
her sister,
really close friend of hers.
Oh no.
And
a really close friend of hers because it was her sister.
I went and told her about it, and she was like devastated, like very upset about it.
Because it was her sister.
And I was like confused because I'm like, I thought you would be happy for me, like we've been friends,
but it was my sister you started dating.
But no, it was because we had that emotional connection, or at least she thought we had that.
With her sister.
And she was like expecting more.
I let a girl on and played her, and then she got upset when I started dating someone out of nowhere.
What?
Yo, so this is this is what we're talking about. You, it sounds like you agree with us because it's like being a friend with the opposite sex means I was leading her on.
Who was this friend again, Nick? Oh, it was her sister.
So dumb. What?
I don't think.
Also, I'm saying for you. I'm saying for your story, you led someone on. Well, no, you didn't. You were friends with someone and then you started dating their sister.
My man knows what he believes in, bro. Like,
I am. Wow.
He's kind of been all over the place.
Yeah.
Okay.
But to be honest, I feel like if we met this guy in real life, he'd
be chill.
Yeah,
No,
he'd
if-
be chill.
You're a
He'd be chill.
funny dude.
And
It's
he wouldn't be
just-
coming at us if he didn't need a content idea for you.
Yeah, but dude, hey.
Have they seen my interview with Nick Foster before? They think I'd be cool with them if I met them.
Any normal person who has a deep relationship with another person would not act this way if they started dating someone else. There's no doubt that in that story there was something that was not the way it seems that resulted in that. Why does Nick pop this piece of gum in his mouth so aggressively? Titus goes on talking about how women are unnecessary in life if they can marry you, because you can get all of the benefits of a relationship from the men in your life.
Anything a man
why are you so
goes to,
aggressive?
they can get from another male friend. Like, I don't see why you would ever need to have all these female counterparts.
Seems a little gay. That's a sin. Watch out.
And also,
Oh my god.
They're so mad.
specifically, and this might sound like
If a Christian made a YouTube video where they said seems a little gay, would they not be getting called homophobic?
Oh, they definitely would.
Because I'm not homophobic, but the Christian saying that would get called out would be homophobic. They're like, he'd probably be cool with us because we'd be cool with him. No, I'm not going to be cool with you guys. You're not good people. And I kind of forgot all the stuff I said in this video when I said I'd talk to Nick. I'm not going to talk to Nick because his career is falling and I'm not going to help him out because now he needs me for content. And I didn't need them for content. Their podcast has 1,000 subscribers. No one was going to that video because of them. Like, I just think it's a bad podcast.
I'm sure.
Homophobic.
Don't cancel Nick though.
That
guys.
was out of line.
Being called homophobic?
Homophobic? Hey, who's homophobic up in here? Yo, type 1 in the chat if you're homophobic.
girls a lot of time are leading guys on. Like all the guys that are in the friend zone are just being led on by girls.
Yeah. The way they talk about girls leading guys on and the friend zone is literally the way that 14-year-olds talk about it.
Oh my gosh,
There's nothing about this conversation.
It is, though. Who talks about the friend zone anymore? Type 69 in the chat if you haven't talked about the friend zone in more than 5 years. Also, they made the point earlier. They're like, he needed 24 minutes. He needed to make 24 minutes worth of content. They made a 30-minute video about me. I see a lot of comparisons from this to the Nick Foster video.
Ambitions and things that you like have.
Nick is legit falling asleep. He's holding down his boner because he gets excited when he looks at me.
When has opening up to someone emotionally ever meant that you are now in a romantic relationship?
Bro, listen to the rest of the story. This is my experience, you know?
Also, yeah, you can't just like say a story and act like that's like the truth.
I've never heard of a group of people so confused about what a friend is than I have in this conversation. And trust me, it only gets worse. Guys, just be around people, and if you think they're your friend, call them your friend, and if you don't, then don't. It's really, I promise you, it's not that serious. Remember when I said it only gets worse about 3 seconds ago? Well, this is when it gets worse. John Michael comes up with this super convoluted way of rating his friends, and then he proceeds to rate his friends.
No, this is super this is a psychological way to do it. This is how you don't get super deep with people you shouldn't get deep with. Anyway.
Be honest, what would you put?
He's like, what am I doing?
I mean,
like a 6, 7? Hold on. Wait, you just cut out the entire explanation of
Why would I keep in the boring ass explanation? The explanation is that he rates his friends to make sure about how emotionally deep he is with them.
what this is.
It's fine. Listen, we know he's been doing this.
Because I've known him for 5
You can watch the whole podcast, guys. It's on YouTube. It's public. I spend all this time researching this gosh dang video just to be told that I didn't do enough research. I had to watch this boring podcast. It was so boring.
seconds. Nick would probably be like a 2.
Can everyone put the rating that they'd give me in chat out of 10?
Gabe probably maybe a 3. Isaac probably a 3 too, just because that's how long I've been knowing y'all. No. Titus maybe more like a 4 or 5.
Dude, I feel like they're cringing at their own video.
We spend more time together.
How is your closest friend in this group of people in this conversation about how close men can be in relationships? How is he only a 4?
Damn,
is
a lot
this
of
guy
6
so emotionally removed that he cannot give any of his friends a 5 or higher?
Bro, we all have our inner circle, right?
He said I was a 4 or a 5.
Yeah.
Not 4.
And this is coming off me saying you should only be a 10 with the person that you marry. Like, with my parents, I'm like a 9.
So you're saying you should be a 10 with the person you marry, a 9 with your parents, and then with a close guy friend, he's a 4 or 5? What about all the people in between? Also, I don't know if I said this in the video, but he proceeds to say that no girl would be higher than a 5 for him besides his wife. Also, the thing about my videos that I don't think they understand is that I ride the line between serious analysis and like actual joking around. Like, this is a joke. Some of the other stuff is serious analysis. But overall, I am a comedy god, some say. Some people say that. So a lot of people consider me that. New York Times, it's only a newspaper I know of.
I'm actually getting kind of salty now. Bro, yo, this guy may have single-handedly, like, divided the podcast. I'm just kidding.
He said he's getting kind of salty. I would, too.
We're breaking up.
First of all, dude, watch the last 2 episodes to make yourself feel better. You talking a lot more than those.
When I get interrupted, bro, I'm a low-key start feeling some type of way now. Like, this is ridiculous. You're right about that, Nick. You know what, Nick? Let's just do our own thing, bro. Let me get on in that set with you. Get me another mic, and then
I'm not letting Big Nick in my house. I'll kick him over. He'll probably keel over on his side. He'll like roll, you know, like in cartoons where the guy gets hit and he's like bong 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 bong. That's what'll happen to him. I'm not gonna talk to him. I was gonna talk to him. I don't want to anymore after watching this. You know.
The first episode, they didn't even have a name for the podcast yet, and I didn't even realize it was out. And then the third episode is just about some backlash they received from the first and second episodes. I haven't watched much of it because the first one was painful enough to go through. But this is the one clip I clicked to just
You got me, John Michael. You got me.
Jumped in to see what it was all about.
And to all the beta male white knights that made responses to these videos, hey man, she's not gonna DM you, bro.
I love that clip.
Let it go.
But Nick was standing up for women.
She's not going to DM you because you took something Titus said out of context when we are clearly saying we don't want a woman who is engaging in multiple sexual relations with random men. That
I did not have sexual relations.
Just save this entire podcast.
Whoa, Nick really got us. I'm not really sure what you're trying to say, but the other guys seem to eat it up. Mansplain is probably the shittiest.
He said us. When Nick goes, hold on, let me match him. He said us.
Mansplain is probably the shittiest Avengers movie I've ever seen.
He said us.
To eat it up. Mansplain is probably the shittiest Avengers movie I've ever seen. To eat it up.
He said us.
Mansplain is probably the shittiest Avengers movie I've ever seen. And
hey guys, he said us. When you see the most recent Jordan Peele directed movie,
the other guys seem to eat it up. Mansplain is probably the shittiest Avengers movie.
Guys, when someone asks what game you want to play, and you say the first game, you say Among Us.
Mansplain is probably the shittiest Avengers movie I've ever seen.
When someone says the word us,
eat it up. Mansplain is probably the shittiest. Is probably the shittiest Avengers movie.
Hello? Is this Among Us? Imposter? Is this the imposter from Among Us?
Yes, this is me, imposter. What do you want from me?
Yeah, what's up, man? What's going on? What's going on?
He said us.
Oh my gosh, thank you. He said us. Nick is not streams, it's just gonna become He Said Us, the channel. Customized channel. He Said Us. It's got more views than the original video. He said us. Man, you guys are crazy. Remember, don't do anything crazy. I'm not condoning like actual harassment or anything crazy. We're just having fun. They're all adults. Guys, wait. What did he say again?
Eat it up. Mansplain is probably the shittiest Avengers movie.
Watch this. It looks like he's laughing. Watch this. Watch this.